You've probably seen stuff like this online. A new supplement, Bazopril, is getting a ton of buzz, making some pretty big promises for your heart health. But you know how it is. When a product gets this much attention, you gotta wonder what's real and what's just really good marketing. So today, we're gonna break down one of these popular online reviews to see exactly what's being claimed. Right off the bat, this review is hyping up Bazopril as a total game changer for anyone looking for natural blood pressure support. But with any supplement, the real question is always the same, isn't it? What's actually under the hood? Let's dig into what this review has to say and see if we can get some answers. So, first things first, what is the pitch? How does this review actually describe Bazopril, and what are the core promises it's making to people who might be scrolling online looking for some kind of natural health solution? Okay, so the review basically positions Bazopril for adults who want to take a more natural approach to their cardiovascular health. It's really aimed at people who might be dealing with those super common issues, like slightly elevated blood pressure or just feeling wiped out all the time. And wow, the claims go way beyond just blood pressure. According to this review, Bazopril also supports your kidneys, gets your circulation moving better, helps fight that afternoon slump, and even aims to lower your stroke risk by improving blood flow. It's definitely being pitched as the whole shebang. All right, so how does it supposedly do all of this? That's a lot of promises. Well, the review points to a very specific mix of natural ingredients. Let's take a look at what it says is actually inside the formula. The review really zooms in on a few key ingredients here. The first one is something called Albaspine, which it connects directly to kidney support. And your kidneys are like mission control for blood pressure. Then it talks about Elaion Tree Leaf Extract and other botanicals for their antioxidant power, which are claimed to improve blood flow and keep your vessels healthy. So the review lays out this kind of three-step process. The idea is, first, you support the kidneys. That, in turn, helps improve blood circulation. And once you've got better circulation, your cells get more oxygen and nutrients, which, boom, boosts your energy. It's presented as this cool domino effect for your health. Of course, we all know there's no such thing as a magic pill, right? So to get the full story, we have to see how the review balances out all those big promises with let's call them the reality checks. Let's look at the pros and cons it lays out. So on the pro side, the review talks up the natural ingredients and the convenience of just one pill a day. But the cons it lists are absolutely critical. It says this is not a replacement for prescription medicine, your results might not be the same as someone else's, and you're mostly going to have to buy it online. And it adds a really strong warning for anyone with serious kidney issues to talk to their doctor first. The supplement market is super crowded. So this review tries to set Bazopril apart with this comparison chart. It really highlights what it calls dual support for both the heart and the kidneys, and it frames the competition as being heart only. Plus, it makes a big deal about the fact that there's no mandatory subscription, which is a nice touch. Okay, so the sciencey stuff and the ingredients are one thing, but what about the actual human experience? That's what really matters, right? Let's see what this review claims people are actually saying in their testimonial. The feedback that's shared in this review is, well, pretty glowing. It claims users are seeing better blood pressure numbers, they feel way more energetic, and they just report an overall better sense of well-being. It all lines up perfectly with what the product promises to do. And they include this quote from a user named Martha, who's 56. It kind of sums it all up. She's quoted saying that she gets the blood pressure support she needs, and she gets her energy back, all without that sluggish feeling that can sometimes come with other options. Now, for the sake of balance, the review does mention one potential side effect. It notes that, while it seems pretty rare, some people might get some mild digestive upset right when they start taking it, but that it usually just goes away on its own. All right, we've looked at the pitch, the formula, and what people are supposedly saying. So, after all that, how does the review wrap it all up? What's the final verdict on Bazopril? In the end, the review concludes that Bazopril is a really comprehensive, natural option. It circles right back to that dual-action support for the heart and kidneys, the positive feedback about energy, and the no-subscription model as its biggest selling points. It's positioned for adults who really want to be proactive about their health. But the review includes one last and honestly super critical disclaimer. It makes it crystal clear that a supplement like this is meant to be a supportive measure. It is not a replacement for medications that your doctor has prescribed for serious conditions. That's a huge point. So after breaking all that down, we're left with the bigger question, and it's one that applies to pretty much any supplement you see online. In a world that's just full of glowing reviews and huge promises, how do you tell the difference between real science and a really convincing sales pitch? That's the key to making a choice that's right for you.